Hello everyone. With all the multi-tools coming out nowadays, thought I would just do a quick little review on why I personally believe that the Gerber Suspension NXT is not only up to par with the new models coming out, but maybe even better. So stick around for that. But the Leatherman Arc just came out. It's $230 something. Leatherman's been making great stuff for years, especially for outdoor use. They just released the Signal, which comes with the fire starting and the sharpening accessories and all that. So why would you not buy that instead of this? And I'm going to try to show you that you really don't need to spend all that money to have a good multi-tool that you can take outdoors. Now, of course, if you're an avid outdoorsman, I would actually recommend just go ahead and drop $130 something and just buy the Signal. It'll probably be better because it's more specific for what you're going to do. But for just an everyday multi-tool, I think the Gerber Suspension NXT is better. Especially now in 2024, and everything's getting really expensive. The price of this thing is actually really shocking. So before I talk about the price, we're just going to go over all the features. So as you can see, spring-loaded, needle nose standard, and wire cutter pliers. Pretty light pass-through designs. We have a pocket clip here, and all the tools are accessible from the outside, a bit closed. So right here we have a Phillips bit, number 2 Phillips, and all these tools are locking, as you can see right here. This thing, when it locks, it'll slide up, and then you can just pinch and slide down to release the tool again. So anyways, Gerber claims they have 15 tools, the first one being the number 2 Phillips, so I'm gonna leave that out. Next, we have the awl. Now, this awl is, it's kind of terrible. I don't really know why they included it on here. There's not even a hole here for the sewing. There's not even a reamer, so you couldn't even sew leather with this. But the awl is pretty much a tool that's no longer useful in this current time anyways, but it can be useful for scraping, maybe getting something off of your car mats, or without wanting to use your knife blade, especially not this knife blade. We'll get into that though. And finally, on this side we have what I believe is a large Phillip, or a large standard, with a file and a ruler on this side. This would probably also double as the pry function on here. The other one's not as robust as this one, so if I were to pry, I'd probably pry with this one. Pocket clip, not very deep carry, but it'll get the job done. We go over to this side. First thing we have here is some scissors. Not the biggest scissors. God, it's covered in grease. Not the best scissors, but it gets the job done, I would say. They're actually pretty thick, so I wouldn't be too worried about these breaking on you. And they do store in a very interesting, they store in an open way. All the other scissors on multi-tools that I have handled have stored in a closed position, but that's interesting. Here on this side we have the small standard, a can opener, and a bottle opener. So they really squeezed a lot into this little tool. And we also have our smaller Phillips, our smaller standard, a driver and a wire stripper right there underneath my finger. I've heard it works well. I've never actually stripped wire with one of these, but it looks like you could, so I'm not gonna hate on it. And then if we go over this side, we have the knife blade. Not quite sure what the steel on this is. It's probably 420, if I had to guess. But the grinding on here, the bevel is really even on both sides. it's a combo blade, so we have about half serrations and half plain edge. But I mean, it cuts paper out of the box. It's really clean. It doesn't get much better than this. A little thumb nail nick for opening. All these tools are going to be two-handed though, so there's that. Overall, so you get 15 tools. That's at least what Gerber markets it as, is 15 tools. But the cost of this today in 2024 is $30, $34 for this, which in a post-Leatherman world is impressive because, you know, most Leathermans don't even have spring-loaded pliers, right? I know the Sidekick and the OHT and the Wingman do, but I mean, those start at $50, so you're getting more value with this than you are with the Leathermans. And Gerber has a lifetime warranty. It's almost as good as Leatherman's. I wouldn't go quite as far to say that it's as good, but it's not far off. Definitely not far off. So anything that you break on here, Gerber will take care of you. And so that about wraps up why I think that this multi-tool beats Leatherman. Just the warranty is just as good. The tool set is just as good. There is no replaceable bit. That's the only thing that I wish they had. Leatherman has those little replaceable bits, so you can get a standard and a Phillips on one side in one little piece. I think that's really cool. I wish they had that, but overall, especially if you're going to go outdoors, camping, hiking, you know, or you just want to carry this every day, I don't think a multi-tool gets much better than this.